Hey folks, Buddy with Fire here. Sorry for the background noise, now not on a private range like I was with the Ruger Precision RPR. Getting to shoot the new Taurus curve. I've gotten to handle a couple of these, I've never got to shoot one. This one does have the light combination, so I'm going to do a couple shots without the laser and light combination. I'm going to do a couple shots with the laser combination. I've got 5 rounds. Let's just see how this thing shoots. Interesting. It's got a very weird feel before I shoot it, just holding it. It's kind of weird holding a curved grip. It's not unnatural, it's just different from normal guns. Another thing that's looking kind of weird is just that it doesn't have any rear sights, so I'm going to have to get used to that for a couple rounds. Okay, fired 3 out of 5 shots I've got. Recoil sucks. Just gonna say that it's my personal opinion, recoil sucks. This part of the grip really digs into the fat of your hand. It's really not a fun gun. So far, again, that's my opinion. Laser light combo. There we go. Again, the gun sight, so I can see where this laser is going to come in real big. As far as the light, I really can't see it way at the ground. I see the light as being pointless. I don't know. Let's fire out the next 2 shots and just get an overall feel. The laser's a little bit off. The gun shoots a little bit low compared to point of aim with the laser. Interesting gun to shoot. See where to some it would be appealing. To me, it's not. I do have my 42. It is 380. I carry Lehigh Defense Extreme Penetrator from Underwood. But the curved grip of this just makes this part of the gun really dig in. And because of the weight of the gun, your recoil is going to be noticeable. Again, I can see how some people are going to like it. I personally wouldn't carry it, but folks that you don't need a holster to carry with, it comes with some. The light is weak, that's not very intuitive. The button is forward, so I don't have the smallest hands in the world, but that feels weird getting to that. It's not very intuitive. It'd have been much nicer if it had a push button. So if you come over to this other side, I'll show you. So right now the laser's off. You have to push on it. You gotta get it off. Forward. It'd be nicer if it was a push button or pull back, not forward. So I think they could have done different with that. I didn't design the gun. But overall, really nice shooting gun, other than it does have start recoil, and this digs into the pad.
Would the laser been a bad idea if it was a pullback in case your finger slipped off and hit the trigger?
Yeah, folks, now that I think about it, being pushed forward on the laser, I can see where that you wouldn't want it to come back, because, if you're under duress, your fine motor skills do suck. So you might come back, right the trigger. I didn't really talk about the trigger. The trigger's kind of weird. Drop this. The trigger pull is weird. And getting that mag out is funny. But pulling that trigger, and it's got a magazine disconnect, that's always funny. And it breaks all the way at the end. Your finger's done all the way at the end before it goes up, which I guess isn't a bad thing for what this gun is. So I can't knock the gun. It's not for me, but it's a fun gun to shoot. I would shoot it a little more. That does start to dig in a little bit, but I think after a few rounds you can get used to it. One thing you can do is the loaded chamber indicator steps up just ever so slightly above the top of the slide, so you can actually use that as a sight in a way. So right now you really can't see it, but when the loaded chamber indicator is up, you can actually use that as a makeshift sight instead of just dead on crosshairs. But again, folks, You know, this gun is not meant for ultra long range shooting or even, you know, 30 yards, 40 yards. This is talking distance gun, you know, 5 yards max. This is the kind of gun, you know, I can see this really marketing towards females where they're being attacked, they need to fire it now. And they need a gun that's going to be comfortable for them. And I can see where a lot of women are going to like this because it'll fit better on their body than, you know, a square gun, I guess. But folks, this has been Fighting with Firearm out here at the 2015 Gun Range Expo.